What's up guys? It is I, everyone's favorite villain Sephiroth. And I have heard that the Kingdom Hearts timeline is very confusing. But I disagree. I think it is extremely easy to follow. And that is why I decided to make this video to explain why. Now let's get down to business, shall we? It all started with a terrible mobile game called Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, where a hooded man called Master of Masters made some kind of prophecy. And there is a box or something. Then came a far more superior game, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. This game is about 3 Keyblade wielders, Ventus, Aqua, and Terra. Ventus is brave and a very naive young boy. Aqua is skilled and wise. Terra is completely stupid. They live in a world where both Leonard Nimoy and the Joker is their master. Just kidding, their name is Aquos and Xehanort. In this game there is a man named Vanitas. And if you are wondering why he looks like Sora, don't worry, I'll explain it to you. You see, Ventus's heart is connected to Sora's heart. And that is why Ventus's darkness looks exactly like Sora. I honestly wish I was making this up. But anyway, Xehanort wants the Kingdom Hearts. And in order to get it, he pulled Vanitas out of Ventus's heart and then forced them to fight in order to create the all-powerful Keyblade. Do you get it? Good, let's keep going. Meanwhile, Terra fights with his master and then Xehanort kills his master. And then Xehanort tells him, please go to the Keyblade graveyard, I swear it's not a trap. And then Terra says,
okay, I believe you.
And then Terra goes to the Keyblade graveyard and he meets up with Master Xehanort and he asks him, why am I here? And then Xehanort says, it's a trap. And then Terra replies, but you said it wasn't a trap. And then Xehanort stabs himself in the heart with the Keyblade in order to take his heart inside of Terra's body so he can take over his body. Oh, and Aqua wants some ice cream in a Disney World. Meanwhile, Vanitas goes inside of Ventus's heart and they have a fight. And Ventus wins because of the power of friendship. Ventus won but not without consequences. And so Ventus decided to go inside of Sora's heart until Kingdom Hearts 3. Meanwhile, Xehanort inside of Terra goes to Radiant Garden and then he forgets everything. And then Ansem the Wise found him and takes him as his apprentice. Omaki was there as well. But his role isn't important at all. After all the years as Ansem's apprentice, Xehanort says, I want to show you my work. And then Ansem says, no, it's too dangerous. And then Xehanort says, I hate you, master. I swear I'll have my revenge. And in order to take his revenge, Xehanort commits suicide and creates 2 clones of himself. Ansem the Seeker of Darkness, and Mansex. No, just kidding. His name is Xemnas. And then comes the first Kingdom Hearts game. See, it's easy to follow. This game is about a group of friends. Sora, Riku, and Kairi. Sora is not the brightest kid but he does have the heart in the right place. Riku is the strongest in the group. And is also the edgiest friend you could ever have. Kairi is just completely useless. Anyway, all 3 of them wants to explore other worlds that exist out there. And then their world just conveniently goes boom. And while in the explosion, Kairi's heart goes inside of Sora's heart. So in a nutshell, both Ventus and Kairi's heart is inside of Sora's heart. No, I'm serious. Their heart is inside of Sora's heart. So there are 3 hearts inside of Sora's body. And so Sora ends up in Traverse Town where he meets Squall, I mean Leon. And he does the most difficult thing you could ever do in a Kingdom Hearts game, explaining the plot. And then Sora meets Donald and Goofy, who are completely useless by the way. And after many Disney worlds later, Sora meets Riku at Hollow Bastion. There Riku said, the Keyblade is mine. And then Riku got the Keyblade. But then Sora said, my friends is my power. And then the Keyblade goes back to Sora. And then Riku got sad and ran away. And then Riku meets Ansem and he says, I can make you stronger if you let me take over your body. And Riku says, okay, sounds good. Nothing wrong with a grown man possessing your body. Ansem takes over Riku's body and make him even more edgy. Later, Sora discovers that Kairi's heart is inside of his heart. And so he decided to stab himself with a Keyblade to free Kairi's heart and he became a Heartless himself. This is where Oxus and Namine was born, by the way. At first it looked like everything is over. But Kerry uses the power of friendship and Sora comes back alive. And then Sora walked away to his final confrontation with Ansem. Ansem says, "Darkness is the heart's true nature," or something, and Sora replies, "No, Kingdom Hearts is light." Ansem got confused and then he died. And after that Sora locks the door to darkness, and that's the end of Kingdom Hearts 1. And after all that adventure, comes Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. A game that doesn't make any logical sense. Even for a Kingdom Hearts game. This game begins where Sora meets some guy in black who is telling him, "Please follow me." And of course, as wise Sora is, he naturally says, "Okay." But then, an unexpected twist of fate happens. It was a trap. And now Sora is forced to go through all the worlds he went through in the first game. And play some stupid card game that doesn't make any sense. Meanwhile, some deep shit happens. Riku meets himself and have some existential questions. Do you know where Sora is? And then Ansem shows up and Riku says, "I thought you were dead." And Ansem replies, "Yeah, I was, but this is Kingdom Hearts. Nobody dies." And then Sora meets a girl named Namine and she says, "You have to sleep in this thing till Kingdom Hearts 2. And Sora replies, "Wait, this isn't Kingdom Hearts 2. And that is when they realize how convoluted the plot is. And after all that nonsense, comes Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. And yes, that's the name of the game. I'm not even joking. This is a game about a group of friends. Roxas, who is just boring. Xehanort, who is also just boring. And Axel, the only one in the group who actually has a personality. They spend all their time on the clock tower and eating ice cream. And Xehanort dies. But not really, because she comes back in Kingdom Hearts 3. But we'll get to that. I promise. And after that boring game, comes my personal favorite game in the franchise. Kingdom Hearts 2. After the events of Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, Riku meets Roxas in the world that never was. And kidnaps him and throws him into a virtual world of Twilight Town. Roxas spends 6 days inside of the virtual Twilight Town. And after all those days he meets a man named Diz. Roxas says, "I hate you." And then Diz replies, "I don't give a shit." Roxas got really mad, and in his anger he says, "I will never ever go back inside of Sora." And Diz replies, "It's cute of you that you think you got a choice. Now quit whining and go back to Sora." And Roxas says, "Okay, fine, I'll do it." And after all that emotional drama, Roxas decided to go back to Sora. And Sora finally wakes up. Later, Sora meets a wizard named Yensid. And no, I'm not gonna do that, his name is Disney backwards joke. Anyway, Yensid explains how the Nobodies work. But it's way too hard and complicated to understand. I'm gonna try my best. Okay. You see, whenever someone loses their hearts to the darkness, the empty shell they leave behind becomes a nobody. A being that is the body that person left behind or something. But that's not all. If a weak-minded person becomes a nobody, they become a dusk. But if a strong-willed person becomes a nobody, then they get to keep their body? I think. Are you still with me? Okay, good. Let's keep going. Later, Sora meets Mickey at Hollow Bastion. And Mickey explains that the one called Ansem in the first game wasn't really Ansem. Just a guy calling himself Ansem. And he also reveals that the fake Ansem is Xehanort's Heartless, and that Xehanort's Nobody is the leader of the Organization 13. And then some war happened, and then Sora meets Xemnas. And Xemnas revealed that every Heartless that Sora kills, Xemnas takes their heart. Wait, I thought they were heartless. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Meanwhile, Axel kidnaps Carrie. After all that craziness, Sora goes to the world that never was. And he has a fight with Roxas that is just insanely hard. I mean, seriously, that fight is not fun at all. But anyway, after that fight, the real Ansem shows up and he destroys Kingdom Hearts. And then Xemnas got pissed and he had an epic final battle with Sora and Riku. And that's the end of Kingdom Hearts 2. And then came a terrible mobile/Nintendo DS game called Kingdom Hearts Recoded. In this game, Jiminy's journal turns into Riku in order to protect its data. And it is at this point when players start to ask themselves, just what kind of drugs was Nomura on when he came up with this? And after that boring filler game comes Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. Okay, this is gonna get confusing, but please bear with me. You see, Ansem the Seeker of Darkness traveled back in time, just so he can tell young Xehanort that you can time travel. And so young Xehanort traveled to the future and he brought every villain that got killed in the series. And now there is both a young and an old Xehanort. This doesn't make any sense. But be honest. Do you even care at this point? I thought so. Let's keep going. Yensid sends both Sora and Riku to do some training to become true Keyblade masters. And then some time travel shenanigans happens, and then Xehanort comes back and that's the end of Dream Drop Distance. And finally, we are at Kingdom Hearts 3. Sora needs the power of awakening. They have to gather the 7 Guardians of Light. They fight with the 13 Seeker of Darkness. Sora, Donald and Goofy defeat Xehanort. Xehanort becomes a good guy. Sora rescues Carrie. Sora dies, I think. And that is the entire story of Kingdom Hearts. Are there any questions?
Yeah. Where does Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep 0.2, a fragmentary passage fit in?
Does not compute. Does not compute.